Resolution 2025.22 celebrating and recognizing October as LGBTQ History Month. Whereas in 1924, German LGBTQ rights activists such as Henry Gerber formed the Society of Human Rights, which is widely regarded as the first documented gay rights organization in the US, leading to the formation of the other LGBTQ rights organizations in the 1950s, such as the Mattachine Society and the Daughters of Bilitis. And
whereas from 1965 to 1969, the annual reminders had occurred in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in which gay rights activists such as Barbara Giddings wore business casual attire in front of Independence Hall in order to bring more awareness to the fundamental belief that everyone in the U.S. had been created equal. This movement has helped the LGBTQ community prove that they are just as employable as those who are not in the community, giving more room for equal opportunities in the U.S. And
whereas, in June of 1969, the Stonewall riots occurred in Greenwich Village in New York City, consisting of resistance against police raids for 3 days, ultimately going down in history as one of the most significant and impactful events in the history of gay liberation in the U.S. And
whereas in June of 1970, 1 year after the Stonewall riots, the first parade had taken place in New York City, marking the beginning of the biggest celebration held in honor of LGBTQ achievements. And
in 1994, Rodney Wilson, a Missouri high school teacher, believed a month should be dedicated to the celebration of teaching of gay and lesbian history, and gathered other teachers and community leaders. They selected October because public schools are in session and existing traditions such as National Coming Out Day on October 11th occurred that month. And
whereas in 2009, the Matthew Shepard and James Byrd Jr. Hate Crimes Prevention Act was passed by President Obama in order to expand previous hate crime legislations to officially categorize crimes motivated by actual or perceived gender, sexual orientation, gender identity, or disability as hate crimes. And
the Fair Education Act, passed in 2011, and the History Social Science Framework, approved in 2016, provide guidance to the California educators about LGBTQ history topics to teach. And
whereas the first Gay-Straight Alliance was established at Milpitas High School in 1997, and then True Colors Club was formed in 2018 to support LGBTQ students and the unique challenges faced in adolescence, as well as promote and celebrate those identifying as LGBTQ. And
whereas LGBTQ History Month icons should be celebrated, such as American suffragist Susan B. Anthony, musician Janis Joplin, transgender Supreme Court attorney Shannon Minter, Navajo artist R.C. Gorman, artist and designer of the Pride flag Gilbert Baker, gay rights pioneer Bob Hatoy, and U.S. Congressman Mark Takano. And
whereas in June of 2020, the U.S. Supreme Court ruled in the case of Bostock v. Clayton County that LGBTQ employees are protected from discrimination under Title VII of the Civil Rights Act of 1964, extending the protection under federal anti-discrimination laws to LGBTQ employees in all 50 states.
Therefore be it resolved that the governing board of the Milpitas Unified School District join other communities and school districts in our nation in celebrating October as LGBTQ History Month, and encourage others to observe with appropriate ceremonies and activities that celebrate and promote awareness of the LGBTQ community.
Passed and adopted by the Milpitas Unified School District Board of Education at a meeting held on October the 22nd, 2024 by the following vote. From Mr. Weber's LGBTQ Studies class,
Happy LGBTQ